today's lesson target is, I can use base 10 blocks to show regrouping. In the last video, we learned how to use a place value chart to show how different digits in the number have different value. Today, we're going to build on our knowledge of that to show regrouping. So, we know that if I have an amount in the ones place, let's say I had just 2, that would be just the number 2. But then if I had 2 tens in the tens place, now that number is not 2 anymore. If it's in the tens place, now it's a 20, because this would be 2 tens. And we can build on that. If we had just 2 in the hundreds place, 2 hundreds, that would be 2 hundreds. So let's build on our knowledge of that. So let's say that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What happens if I put a 10th one in? Can I have a 10 in any of these places? Can I have a double digit number? No. Each of these places can only have a single digit. So what happens when we have 10? Well, that's when we have to do something called regrouping. Regrouping is when we regroup, we take this group away and replace it with a new group of something that's together. So we're going to take these single units away and replace them with a 10. Because there's 10 in my hand, I'm replacing it with a 10. But a 10 would go in the tens place. So let's watch that again. If I have a single digit in the ones place, that's fine. So I can have a 1, I can have a 2, I can have a 3, I can have a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8, and a 9. And that's all fine. But then when I put my 10th one in, we can't have 10 in the ones place. Then I have to take this group away and put a group of 10 instead. So let's use our knowledge of regrouping to go through a couple more examples. What if I had more than 10? What happens then? That's a great question. So let's take our 10 and put it back. Okay, so we know that that's already too many, but let's even just add 2 more. So now I have 10 and 2, so that's 12. I have a 12 in the ones place. If I have a 12 in the ones place, I can't have that. I'm gonna need to take a group away and put a new group there. So I can't have a 12. So how many should I take away? Well, I know that 10 is too many, right? So let's take 10 away, and I can replace it with this 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Taking this group of 10 away, replacing it with a 1 in the tens place. So instead of having 12 ones, now I have 1 10 and 2 ones, which is 12. 10 and 2 would make 12, okay? But that doesn't just apply to the ones place. It applies to all of our place values. What if I had too many 10s? What would I do then? So let's have too many 10s. I have 1 right now, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and let's put 11. We have 11 in the tens place and 2 in the ones place. So the 2 is fine, that can stay. But we can't have 11, that's too many. We cannot have more than 9. Okay, so 10 is the cutoff rule. So what are we gonna do? Can I take 10 tens away and replace it with something? Is there a number that is the same as 10 tens? Well, yes. And that would be the next place value, the ones, tens, the hundreds. So let's take 10 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I took 10 tens away, and I'm going to replace it with, what does 10 tens equal? 100. I'm going to replace it with 1 in the hundreds place. So now I don't have 11 tens anymore. Now I have the 1 10 left and 100. So what is the new number that I just built? Well, let's see. I have a 2 in the ones place, a 1 in the tens place, and a 1 in the hundreds place. So 100. And what's 10 and 2? 12. So 112. But I can even do that again. What if I had too many hundreds? We can only have 9 before we have to start cutting it off. So once we get to 10, we have to regroup, take that group away of 10, and replace it with the next place value. So let's say I have too many hundreds. I have 1, count with me, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so now I have 10 tens, and let's throw in another one. Let's have 11 tens, okay? So remember last time when I had 11, I left the extra 1, okay? I took 10 away, replaced it with 100, and I left the extra that was just hanging around, okay? We're going to do the same thing here. I have 11 tens, okay? That extra 1 can stay. But this is a group of 10 hundreds. Does anyone know what 10 hundreds is actually equal to? What's the next place value? We have ones, tens, hundreds. What comes next? 1,000, 1,000. So once we have 10 hundreds, we can replace this with 1,000. And if you look, these are actually equal, okay? So let's take 10 hundreds, let's take this group of 10 away and replace it with this 1 in the thousands place. So we just regrouped. We took the group away and put a new group here, okay? A group of 1,000. So what is my number now? I have 1 in the thousands place, 1 in the hundreds place, 1 in the tens place, and 2 in the ones place. 1,000, 100, and what's 10 and 2? 12. Okay, so now I have 1,112. All right, so we always end with a bonus question. So let's see if you can use what you learned about regrouping to figure out what this huge number is, okay? So I'm gonna give you a hint. I probably have too many of something in at least one of these places, and I'm gonna have to regroup to the next highest place value in order to figure out how we would write this number. So to make it easier, because you're looking at a screen, I have a 14 in my ones place. So there are 14 little ones here in total. 14 ones, okay? Then in my tens place, I have 10 on the bottom and 3 right here, so that's 13 tens. Yep, 13 tens. As far as my hundreds, it goes all the way up to 12. I have a stack of 10, and then I have a stack of 2. And then my thousands, I just have one big thousands block. So go ahead and pause. I have 14 ones, 13 tens, 12 hundreds, and 1,000. Go ahead and see if you can figure out what that number is. All right, hopefully you paused and you were able to kind of figure it out. If you're stumped, I got you. So 14 ones, that's too many ones to have, okay? We can only go up to 9. Once we have 10, we have to regroup, okay? So I have more than 10, so I don't have to remove them all. I can just remove the 10. So let's remove 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we're going to regroup or trade in, you can also think of that as, we're going to regroup these 10 for 110. So we're going to take 10 from the ones place and add the 10 into the tens place, okay? So now I don't have 14 ones anymore. Now I have 4 ones, okay? Now I look at my tens place. I had 13, but I added this one, so now I have 14 tens. That's too many tens to have, right? We can only have 9. So once we hit 10, we have to regroup. So what we can do is we can take the 10, it's on the bottom here. Okay, the 4 is going to be left. Take the 10. What do we trade a 10 in for? A 100. Okay, a 1 in the hundreds place. Let's add it right here. So now I don't have 12 tens anymore. Oh, and my four tens are still left. They're right here. I had 14. Now I took the 10 away. I only have 4 left. Let's look at the hundreds place. I had 12, but then since we regrouped, we added 1. So now we have 13. We have 13 hundreds. That's too many hundreds, right? So can I take a 10 out of that? Yes, I can take a 10. And this is my 10 that I'm going to take. This is 10 hundreds. We're going to take away 10 hundreds and replace it with 1,000. A thousands block. So we're going to put the thousands block right there. And now it's way easier to see what our number is, okay? So I have 4 in the ones place, 4 in the tens place, 3 in the hundreds place, and 2 in the thousands place. So what is my number? Great. 2,344. Great job. Thank you so much for learning with me today. Make sure to like and subscribe for more math, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy learning!